Thank you, our guest teacher from Mexico. And I would like to thank my students. Uh, Now, finally, I'm going to run the session. And today's topic, I have already given you that global warming. And you know that all over the country in the world, global temperature is rising. And especially 2023 is the different. And Europe already scorching heat waves over, heat already and over in the whole Europe. And a few months ago or few days ago, Asia, including our country, also heat wave hit us. Okay, and that's thinking if you calculate that all over the country in the world temperature is rising, and some problems also created. But with these problems, we are responsible because human beings are cutting down trees indiscriminately for their living. They don't try to understand indiscriminately. Uh, we are losing our forest, and we also create some problems from that is called man-made. And as a result, temperature is rising, and global warming is increasing. And it's an important topic, dear learners, for you. And first, I'm going to give floor Pauline. Pauline, you will describe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving me such a great opportunity. So, firstly, I will introduce myself. I'm Paul. I'm in grade 8 at Gofagaon Islamia Government High School in Gofagaon, Mymensingh, Bangladesh. So, today, my topic is global warming. So, if you want to understand the topic or the thing called global warming, you have to firstly understand the greenhouse effect. Because the words might be not the same, but they are connected to each other. Okay, so global warming means gradually increasing the temperature in the Earth's surface. And the greenhouse effect means the effect which rounds the Earth to the greenhouse gases. And the main and the root cause of increasing the temperature is greenhouse effect. Now, let's begin how how the global warming started in from 1850. The global warming actually started when people started to burn fuel and many other natural resources. And during the that period, Europe set up for economic relations, and that opens the bounds for fuel burning and more mainstream. They added new rotation to the mainstream, and that's how the global warming started. How? So, so after they started burning fuel and many other works like this, in factories, mills, the woods were the main resources for the factories and the mills. So when you cut down the wood actually, the wood comes from a tree, and the tree actually helps you to release carbon dioxide from the nature. But when you cut down the trees, the carbon dioxide will be reduced slowly, and when you cut down the wood trees, the carbon dioxide's the carbon dioxide will increase in the environment, and that will create a charismatic environment that is called greenhouse effect. Now, when the greenhouse effect is occurred, the rays of the sun, the temperature of sun gets into the earth, but don't find a way to go outer space from the earth. So this scenario where the temperature cannot go out and stay in the Earth's environment due to greenhouse effect is called global warming. Now, the ways of stopping the global warming are only one. That's that's planting trees more and more. That's the key source and the key way to actually reduce global warming, because the lack of trees caused global warming, and the plantation of trees will stop the global warming. Now you can say, "Whoa, global warming is not a very big deal. It's not causing problems." Yes, it is. Look, the the Himalayas and the Antarctica caps, which are melting down and increasing the sea level. So what is the problem then? When the sea level will be increased, the water will enter the low countries. When the low-lying countries, when they will enter to the low-lying countries, more than 20% areas of the world, 20% land will go down water. That's the main problem. And it is said that if this scenario goes on in before 2050, almost 20% of the lands will go underwater. So due to this, we can understand that global warming is a very big threat for the people. And one thing I have to say that it's not now a prediction and it is happening. So we should plan.
You finished your speech?
Yes, sir, I finished my speech.
Okay, thank you very much, Pauline. You have nicely described about your speech, and you have nicely mentioned on the topic very clearly. Now, Riyadh, you can continue
Okay,
your speech.
okay, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Firstly, I introduce myself. My full name is Abid Hussain Riyad, but please call me Riyad. I grade 9. My school name is Ghafargan Islamic Government High School in Ghafargan.
Maybe net problem. Hello, Tamim. Do you listen me, Tamim?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first time you can introduce yourself because you have joined this platform first time. You
Yes,
can
sir.
introduce.
Yes, sir. My full name is Arafat Tamim. You can call me Tamim. I grade in class 9 at Ghafargan Islamia Government High School. I I live in Ghafargan. It's my hometown. I inspired by you to learning English. So that's why I come here.
Okay, thank you very much. And you have nicely described about yourself. And this is first time you have joined in this platform. And congratulations to you. And I hope that you will do better. Hello, Noor Hassan. Noor Hassan, do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, will you describe on the topic about global warming? Okay.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. Sir, I think there is a net problem.
Yes, I have understood. Net problem.
Assalamu alaikum, mother sir.
Alaikum salam.
Which
Chamia
topic
sir,
do you
thank you very much.
discuss?
Okay, and our guest teacher from Mexico.
Oh, thank you.
And please mute yourself. And when I will request you tell something, and you would try to describe something. Okay. Blanca ma'am, and I'm really sorry for net problem. And my students can't express themselves and due to net problem. Okay. And 2 or 3 students trying to connect and still now they are not connected. And I don't understand. Please, ma'am, and congratulations to you and from the bottom of my heart because you have given time and to participate in the session. And when I request you to participate the session and you accept my invitation and you have already connected with us, please share your opinions. Okay, and, please introduce yourself and you can share your opinions and you can also advise my students to develop their speaking.
Well, hello, my name is Blanca Sacramento. I'm from Mexico. I am an English teacher, and I work, in this moment, I work online. I have some students from Vietnam and different parts of the world. I have been working with Teacher Lucero, being a host in different international meetings. So I have met lots of people from different parts from Asia and Africa, mostly Vietnam, Bangladesh, Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, also Pakistan, Ukraine, Madagascar. So it's a pleasure to have some friends from different parts of the world. Even though we have a different time zone, for me in this moment is in the morning, and for you it's at night. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to connect and to spend time with people around the world due to the time. But I really enjoy it. So thank you so much for inviting me. And of course, I appreciate the effort that your students are doing by introducing themselves and talking about an important topic like the global warming. So they have been doing a great job. As you said, it's not easy to express themselves in another language, especially if they don't have another person to practice every single day. When you don't practice, you can forget certain words or certain expressions. But you are doing a great job, teacher, by giving them the opportunity to speak and to practice due to your classes. So I don't know. For my students, I think that the most important thing is communication. Obviously, we have some problems when we speak in another language. We can have some problems with the vocabulary, some problems with the grammar. Yes, but the most important thing here is communication. If you can communicate your ideas, I think that this is the point, the most important point of speaking in another language. So don't forget that we have different accents, we have different ideas, different cultures, different customs, but at the end of the day, we are communicating and we are sharing different experiences. So guys, you are doing a great job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing your valuable opinions. And I know language means first priority is given to build up a communication. But grammatical factor is not very much big. But firstly, you have to priority on how to communicate each other. And if I understand your speech, if you understand my speech, and then I have to I have to be able to build up yourself to good communication with you. Then I have to give a priority my grammatical point. But in our country purposes, I have seen most of the students are afraid to speak in English because firstly, grammatical points priority on them. And I have experienced them learning a language mostly emphasize on listening, speaking. But in our country purposes, English is a foreign language and it's not our mother tongue, but we don't listen. We don't get enough time to listen and we don't get enough time for practice. That's in speaking. And two skills are not practice. Since my childhood and since our student childhood, and they are growing up in environment. That environment, no one cannot speak with them in English language. And another point, we are trying to find out making mistakes. That's when if I find a mistakes and we try to insult, we try to that's been criticized. As a result, students are become that's been hopeless, and they think that I can continue to speak something in English. And I always make understand them, dear learners, mistake is not a problem, But problem if you don't try to, if you are not interested to speak in English, something something, but you never improve yourself. And every day, at least you have to practice 5 to 10 minutes. If you practice continuously, and you will be develop your speaking power. Now you are living in a global village. Now you are living in internet technology. And I have already connect you. You are from America, I am from Asia. But how is it possible? Only technology. Firstly, technology, then language. You are using English language and you have also your mother tongue. But besides your mother tongue, you are expert in English. And you also love to teach English. Okay, and I can speak a little bit English, and then I have sent message, and you agreed to connect with us, and you have already connected. But how? What's the big factor? Big factor is English language. If I don't know English, I cannot. I can't propose you to participate the session, and you don't understand my language, and you wouldn't connect with us. And this is the main factor. And ma'am, I would like to introduce you, Chanmia sir. He is also an English teacher, and he is working in village area, and he is also trying to improve his students' speaking power in English. Okay, Chanmia sir, you can introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, sir, Mr. Mazaharul sir. Give the chance and allow me to introduce our guest and our favorite student who are connected with us. At first, my name is Sanmia, and I'm a teacher of secondary school, Gopurgaon Upazila, that means Mamishin district, and also in Bangladesh. I want to say language is a long-term process and it must have to use, not memorizing anything, just only in our brain. If we use our words, image, and thinking attitudes and knowledge perfectly, language then come automatically. If we don't use, just only memorize anything, we cannot. It's useless. So language and current water as alike. When use it, it will be sharp. It will be easy for anybody. But when we live in a remote area or village, we try to speak English, but some people you mentioned here criticize. They always try to find any fault. They want, I am better than him. Your teacher makes some wrong side, but they do not know. Language use, there is no scope, just only use the default and wrong side they are trying to find out. I think this is the persons, but we are trying to our language, how can we develop debate? Today, a Mexico teacher connect with us. He's very expert and also he's interested to speak with us. We can communicate each other for a common language, English. Without English language, we cannot communicate each others and we cannot share our view and idea about English. So this is the one platform. English language and technology help us to communicate each other. So I think there is no alternative way without English language and technologies if we do not learn how to use all side of the world. This is so far, but we can connect each other within a second. Just only use technology and English. So it's a fruit we can always consume. We can always get another people of the world. As a citizen, not only for our country, we also a citizen of globally. So language is a means, that is a way to communicate each others. And We can understand their culture, their music, food habit, their religious value, and local culture. It helps us by using English language. So I empathize all the students who are now students. They must help and they must follow the channels which are broadcast English, and they try to they listen again and again, then they able to speak international level today or tomorrow. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Charmia sir. You have given your valuable opinion uh, about English language. Okay, now my student Tawhid, he has joined at last. Tawhid, you can share your views on the topic that's been global warming, but time is restricted. Only 3 minutes you will get.
Okay, thank you, sir, for giving me an opportunity. This I'm Muhammad Tawhid bin Siddiq from Bangladesh, and now I'm going to start my speech without wasting any time on our today's selected topic, global warming. Global warming normally means raising the temperature or the average temperature of the Earth, and it is so much related with climate change because global warming is the result of climate change, and climate change refers to a long time shifts in temperature. It could be natural or made by human. It could be also due to changes in the patterns uh, eruption of volcanic eruption. But since 18th century, it has been more uh, it has it has been occurring due to human activities more, and scien- scientists have showed that in fact human activities like fossil fuel burning and cutting down trees more and more all over the world is the main reason or one of the main reason of it. Fossil fuels generate greenhouse gases like sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, which is so much, uh, um, which is really so much responsible for global warming, making a uh, level in our atmosphere, and they uh, restrict the temperature at night with in lieu of reaching the temperature to the space. And it's raising the average temperature of the world. And now the temperature of the world has risen almost 1.1 degrees Celsius in last 200 years. And in last 200 years, human beings have been or more responsible for global warming. I have told that first. And in fact, because due to global warming, last 4 decades we have made a bad record that last 4 decades was the warmest decade in the history, and last decade just mean 2011 to 2020 was the warmest decade on record. And due to global warming, now we are experiencing or witnessing some destructive activities in the nature, and that is so much harmful for us because many species of animals and trees are going to be in the going to in the danger of extinction. And which is so much which is really which really affecting our food security. And due to global warming, we are losing our years of graining crops, and it could be a great scarcity in future food security. And this time we will not be able to solve it in a short time. So now, as global warming uh, is a curse for the whole world, so we should work together. We should work along with each other. We should work work with one another for reducing. First, I think we should start to follow 4R. That's mean reduce, repair, reuse, and recycle. And as we should especially try to follow the rules, or sorry, not rules, the that means the goals of SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, and to complete it within 2030. We should also reduce the uses of energy in our home. We shouldn't cut trees in lieu of cutting trees. Um, uh, we should plant more and more trees around of our houses, just in our surrounding areas, not in also houses, but also our office place, our schools, and everywhere. So, as global warming is a global problem, so I think if we try together, we will be able to solve it. That's all I wanted to say on global warming shortly because of a short time. Thanks a lot for hearing me cordially and with much patience. Goodbye.
Excellent. You have present nice lecture or nice deliberation on the topic. Thank you, Tawhid. And another student already joined, Faisal. Hello, Faisal. Do you listen me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Blanca ma'am, I'd like to inform my students, Faisal, he's living in village area, and he tried for half an hour to connect with us, and at last he has been success and to join with us. Hello, Faisal, and time is very short, and first you will introduce yourself, and after 40 minutes we will be disconnect, and again I will send message, then we'll reconnect again. Okay, continue, Faisal.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for giving me such a great opportunity to say something about myself. This is Faisal Al Mahmoud in front of you. I'm a student of grade 9. The name of my school is Gofurgun Islamia Government High School, and I'm from village called Hatikola in Bangladesh. And in my free time, I like to listen motivational song and motivational uh, video because it makes me self-motivated. My main ambition is to be a foreign cadet. That's all for about me. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Faisal, and you are doing really great. And now I would like to say I have been successful. How? Now my students can speak a little bit or more, and some students hasn't connect with us, and one or two students so much brilliant. Their accent and their speech so much nice, but today unfortunately they have been connected with us due to net problem. Okay, and again I'd like to thank Blanca ma'am, and she's from Mexico, and she's listening my students' speech. Ma'am, uh, if you uh, if you tell something again to my students, but time is very short, okay, and after 1 minute 40 seconds, we'll reconnect again. Please, you can tell something 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds, please.
Okay, so first of all, guys, you are doing a great job. Remember, communication, practice is the most important thing. So as Faisal, sorry for the pronunciation. The name is
Faisal.
different. Yes. So as he said, if you listen to music, foreign music, or you watch movies or series in English with subtitles in English, you get used to the accent and you can practice a little bit more. If you listen to your own voice, it's better because you become more confident. So you can do the activities that you like, but in English, always in English. So you can become better, much, much better, because in this moment you are giving excellent speeches and also you are giving excellent opinions. So you are doing a great job, guys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And time is very short, and I'm expecting you will reconnect again with us and you will give some valuable advice for my students so that they can improve their speaking power in English. And my ambition today, my students are learners. Tomorrow they will be lead, not only lead my nation, not they will lead enter a world. Okay, and I am working with them, and I have belief on them. They will do.